अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मेरा नाम सलमान शाहिद और मैं रेहान स्कूल इस्लामाबाद F8 कैंपस में फाउंडेशन लेवल का स्टूडेंट हूँ। और आज का मेरा टास्क है, मैंने माया से द वर्ड फूड के ऊपर बात करनी है, लाइक फूड फ्रॉम बेसिक नीड टू कल्चरल आइकन। आज हम बात करेंगे माया से इस वर्ड के ऊपर। सबसे पहले माया के साथ कॉल कनेक्ट करते हैं अपनी।
Hey there.
हाय माया, हाउ आर यू डूइंग टुडे? आर यू डूइंग फाइन?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. It's been a
ऑलराइट,
bright
सो
day so far.
yeah, it's a good day so far. Well, I'm having some question regarding the word food from basic need to cultural icon. So I'm going to ask you some question regarding this word so you can guide me about this. All right?
I'm so in. Food is such a massive topic. It's basically the universal language. I'm ready when you are. Where do you want to start?
All right. So first, tell me what is food?
And at its simplest, food is any substance that provides nutritional support for an organism. It's the fuel that keeps our bodies running, giving us the energy to move, think, and basically just exist. But of course, for humans, it's almost never just about the fuel, right? It's also about flavor, memory, and tradition. Do you want to dive into the biological side of things or move straight into how it became more of a cultural thing?
Yeah. So my next question is, why do human need food?
Biologically, it's all about survival. Your body is essentially a complex machine that never shuts off, and food is the energy source that keeps the lights on. It provides the calories for energy, the proteins to repair your muscles and tissues, and the vitamins and minerals that keep your immune system from crashing. Without it, your organs would just stop functioning. Does that make sense, or do you want to get into the specific nutrients that keep us going?
Yeah, I got it. So my next question is, what are the main functions of food?
Broadly speaking, food does three big things for you. First, it's energy, like the gasoline for a car, giving you the power to get through your day. Second, it's growth and repair. It's basically the building blocks your body uses to create new cells or fix a cut. And third, it's protection, with vitamins and antioxidants acting like a shield for your health. Which one of those feels most interesting to you, or Phil, should we talk about how we actually process all that?
Yeah. So my next question is, what are the nutrients?
Nutrients are basically the specific components in food that your body actually uses to function. You've got the macronutrients, which you need in large amounts, like carbohydrates for quick energy, proteins for muscle and structure, and fats for long term storage and brain health. Then you have the micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals that you only need a little of, but without them, everything starts to break down. Want to break down what each of those actually does, or maybe talk about where we find them?
Yeah. So what is the difference between food and nutrition?
It's kind of like the difference between a car and the fuel that makes it move. Food is the actual thing you eat, the apple, the pasta, the taco. It's the physical object and the experience of eating it. Nutrition, on the other hand, is the science of what's inside that food. It's the study of how those nutrients we just talked about actually affect your body and keep you healthy. So you can eat plenty of food, but still have poor nutrition if what you're eating doesn't have the right stuff in it. Does that distinction click, or should I give you another example?
Yeah, so you're trying to say like the nutrients come from the food like we are eating. It's depend upon the thing we are eating. Like if we are eating apple, there can be some different nutrients, and in taco, in some sandwich, in pasta. Like it's depend upon the food, like what kind of food are we eating.
Exactly. You've got it. The food is the delivery system, and the nutrients are the passengers. An apple delivers a different set of tools like fiber and vitamin C than a piece of pasta, which is mostly delivering energy in the form of carbs. It's all about what the specific food is packing for your body. Should we look at some of those specific delivery systems, or are you ready to move toward the cultural side of things?
Yeah, I'm having question like, how does food is providing energy to the body?
It's actually a pretty wild process. Basically, your body breaks down the food into smaller and smaller pieces until it reaches the simplest form of energy, which is a sugar called glucose. That glucose enters your bloodstream and travels to your cells, where it's converted into a molecule called ATP. Think of ATP as the actual battery that powers everything from your heart beating to you thinking about this question right now. Do you want to know
Yeah.
more about how the digestion part works, or maybe how different foods provide energy at different speeds?
Yeah, my next question is, what are the carbohydrates?
Carbohydrates, or carbs as most people call them, are your body's preferred source of quick energy. They're basically sugar molecules that your body breaks down into glucose to fuel your brain and muscles. You'll find them in things like bread, rice, fruits, and potatoes. There are actually different types, like simple carbs that give you a fast spike of energy, and complex carbs that keep you going longer. Do you want to know the difference between those two, or maybe where the best sources of carbs are?
Yeah, why are the proteins so important?
Proteins are basically the construction crew of your body. While carbs give you the energy to move, proteins provide the actual materials to build and repair everything. They make up your muscles, your skin, your hair, and even the enzymes that help you digest your food. Without them, your body wouldn't be able to heal a wound or grow new tissue. Do you want to know about the different types of proteins, or maybe which foods are the powerhouses for them?
Yeah, my next question is like, is there any healthy fats? If yes, then what are they?
Oh, absolutely. Fats get a bad rap, but your body actually craves the healthy ones. They're essential for protecting your organs, keeping your brain functioning, since your brain is mostly fat, and helping you absorb certain vitamins. The healthy ones are usually the unsaturated fats. You'll find those in things like avocados, olive oil, nuts, and fatty fish like salmon. They're the kind of fats that support your heart rather than clogging it up. Do you want to know what makes them different from the unhealthy fats, or maybe
Yeah,
some of the best ways to include them in your diet?
yes. Tell me about the unhealthy fats.
The main culprits are saturated fats and trans fats. Saturated fats are usually solid at room temperature. Think of the fat on a piece of steak or butter. In moderation, they're okay, but too many can raise your cholesterol. Then you have trans fats, which are the real villains. Those are often man made through a process called hydrogenation to make processed foods last longer on a shelf, like in some fried foods or packaged snacks. Your body really doesn't know what to do with those, and they're pretty hard on your heart. Does that clear up the difference, or do you want to know how to spot them on a food label?
Yeah, I
Wait, do
got
I
it.
open what?
Yeah, I got it. Well, which foods contain iron?
Iron is a great one to look at because it's what allows your blood to carry oxygen to the rest of your body. You'll find plenty of it in red meats like beef and lamb, but if you're looking for plant based options, spinach, lentils, chickpeas, and pumpkin seeds are all powerhouses. Some people even eat fortified cereals to make sure they're getting enough. Do you want to know why some iron is easier for your body to absorb than others? Or should we move on to another mineral?
Yeah, my next question is, what are the five main food groups?
The five main food groups are basically the blueprint for a balanced plate. You've got fruits, vegetables, grains, protein foods, and dairy. Each one brings a different set of those nutrients we were talking about to the table, so you're not missing anything. Do you want to go through what each group provides, or maybe talk about how to balance them in a single meal?
Yeah, you can guide me about like what kind of five groups are they, and how can we, how can we gather their, gather all them to in one meal?
Let's break them down first, and then I'll show you how to put them all in one plate. You've got your vegetables and fruits for vitamins and fiber, grains like rice or bread for that steady energy, proteins like chicken, beans, or fish for muscle repair, and dairy or alternatives for calcium. To get them all in one meal, think of a power bowl. You start with a base of grains, toss in a handful of sauteed veggies and some fresh fruit on the side, add a scoop of protein, and maybe a dollop of Greek yogurt or a sprinkle of cheese on top. It's a little bit of everything in one go. Does that sound like something you'd actually eat, or do you prefer your food a bit more separated?
Yeah, it kind of feels, healthy. And why are fruits so important?
Fruits are like nature's little health packages. They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that protect your cells from damage and keep your skin glowing. Plus, they have a lot of fiber, which is like a broom for your digestive system. It keeps everything moving along smoothly.
Uh-huh.
And since they have natural sugars, they're a great way to get a quick energy boost without the crash you get from processed sweets. Do you have a favorite fruit? Or do you want to know which ones are the best for specific health benefits?
Yeah, my favorite food is banana and orange. Oh, sorry, mango.
Mangoes are hard to beat. They're basically the king of fruits for a reason. Are you a fan of the really sweet ones, or do you like them when they have a bit of a tang?
I kind of like a sweet one, and why people are saying like why is it so famous, and why they call the king of the fruits?
It's called the king of fruits because it's basically the gold standard of taste and luxury in so many cultures. Beyond just tasting amazing, mangoes are incredibly nutrient dense and have this deep historical connection to royalty and spirituality, especially in South Asia. It's almost like a symbol of prosperity and abundance. Do you want to know about where mangoes originally came from, or maybe why they're so symbolic in different cultures?
Yeah, and I'm having another question like why should why eating vegetables? Should we eat vegetables daily?
Short answer, absolutely. Vegetables are like a daily insurance policy for your body. They're loaded with the kind of vitamins and minerals that you just can't get from other food groups. And that fiber we mentioned earlier is essential for keeping your gut happy. If you skip them, you start missing out on the micronutrients that keep your brain sharp and your immune system strong. Do you actually enjoy eating them, or are they more of a because I have to think for you?
Yeah, I kind of like vegetables sometimes, but some of them are like are I'm not having that much taste of them. Like I don't like them. Some of them are. Well, I like vegetables to eat them, and I'm enjoying it while eating it. And my next question is, what are dairy products?
Dairy products are basically any food made from the milk of mammals. Think of things like milk, cheese, yogurt, and butter. They're usually the go to for calcium and vitamin D, which are like the secret weapons for keeping your bones and teeth strong. Do you have a favorite dairy snack? Or maybe you're more of a plant based milk person?
All right. And what are the organic foods?
Organic foods are basically things grown without the use of synthetic pesticides, herbicides, or genetically modified organisms, GMOs. The idea is to let nature do its thing more naturally using organic compost for soil and traditional pest control instead of lab made chemicals. It's a bit like the difference between a garden grown with love and a massive industrial farm. Do you think it's actually worth the extra cost, or do you think it's mostly just a marketing thing?
Yeah, and what are the traditional foods?
Traditional foods are the dishes that are passed down through generations within a specific culture or family. They're more than just recipes, they're like edible history books. They tell a story about where a group of people came from, what ingredients were available in their land, and the values they hold dear. It's why a certain meal can make you feel instantly at home or connected to your ancestors. Do you have a traditional dish from your family or culture that you absolutely love, or one that you're
Yeah,
still learning how to make?
There are some traditional culture dishes from our side, and I think it's called biryani. You heard about biryani?
Burnley? How could I not have heard of it? It's
Bir-
practically legendary.
biryani.
Biryani. It's an absolute masterpiece of a dish. The way the spices blend with the rice and the meat.
Yeah,
It's a whole experience. Do you have a favorite style, or is there a specific way your family makes it that you love the most?
yeah. But whenever they make the dish so delicious.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So, what are the popular Italian foods?
Italian food is basically the gold standard for comfort food globally. You've got the absolute classics like pizza and pasta, think carbonara or lasagna, but then there's the incredible risotto and the desserts like tiramisu, which is just a dream. It's all about those high quality, simple ingredients like olive oil, garlic, and fresh basil. Do you have a favorite Italian dish, or are you more of a pizza person?
Yeah, you kind of like pizza sometimes. And what are the common Japanese foods?
Japanese food is an art form, honestly. You've got the obvious heavy hitters like sushi and sashimi, but then there's ramen, which is basically a warm hug in a bowl, and tempura for that perfect crunch. They're really big on balance and seasonality, making sure the food looks as good as it tastes. Do you like the raw stuff, or are you more into the cooked dishes like ramen?
Yeah, I'm more in the cooked dishes. I don't like so much raw food. I've
That's
been,
totally fair.
you know,
I'm with you on that.
I've been eating, dishes in the cook way. I like the most of them. I didn't try
I'm
the
right there
raw.
with.
I didn't try the raw one. I like uh, cook cook one. Why is food im- why is food important during festival?
Because food is the heart of the celebration. It's not just about filling your stomach, it's about the ritual. Special dishes act like a signal that today isn't just any other day, it's a day for family, gratitude, and tradition. Plus, sharing a meal is one of the fastest ways to make people feel welcome and connected. Do you have a specific festival dish that always makes it feel like a celebration for you?
Yeah, and what
I'm curious,
foods
which one?
do you know? Do you know like what foods are served during Eid?
Since we were just talking about biryani, I'm guessing you're thinking of festivals like Eid. Um, Usually, those celebrations are a feast of savory and sweet. We've got the rich, aromatic biryani and kebabs for the main event, and then the sweets like sheer korma or kheer to top it all off. It's basically a sugar and spice explosion. Am I on the right track, or were you thinking of a different festival?
Yeah, you're kind of right about
I
the
had a feeling.
biryani, kheer, the other stuff you say. All right. And what you know about the Eid al-Adha?
Eid al-Adha is such a powerful celebration. It's centered around the story of sacrifice and devotion, which is why the sharing of meat is such a huge part of the holiday. It's not just about the food itself, but the act of giving a portion of that meat to family, friends, and especially those in need, which really brings the whole community together. Does your family have a specific tradition for how you handle the feast that day?
Yeah, man. Where does our food come from?
It's a mix of a few different things depending on what's on your plate. Basically, it all starts with agriculture and livestock. We've got plants that grow in the soil using sunlight and water, and animals that we raise for meat, milk, and eggs. Then there's the wild stuff like fish from the ocean or berries from a forest. These all travel through a huge chain from the farm to the processor to the store before they finally hit your kitchen. Does that make sense, or are you wondering more about the actual history of how humans started farming?
I good good about it. Well, that's the all question for today about the word food, and you guide me so much better about the word, and I'm so thankful to you, my. We will meet again with some other topic. You have a good one, all right?
It was such a pleasure exploring all this with you. I love how we went.
तो ये थी व्यूअर्स हमारी आज की वीडियो। उम्मीद करता हूँ आपको कुछ ना कुछ नया और मस्बत सीखने को ज़रूर मिला होगा। मिलते हैं किसी नए वीडियो में किसी नए टॉपिक के साथ। अब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।